Hello everybody, it's me, the intern. This is my Christmas video. Here's some fun Christmas facts. The average American will spend between $700 and $800 on Christmas. That seems like a lot. I don't know how many average Americans I know. So $700 to $800 on Christmas, which adds up to about $465 billion. I read one article. I didn't read the whole article. I just read a little headline where it said that if all of that money was spent on only American-made products, it could add 4.6 million jobs for Americans. By which I assume they only mean North America. Well, that probably doesn't include Canadians, because we don't want to give jobs to Canadians. What have they ever done for us? Probably that's a little bit of a misnomer, because it's really not Americans. It's just really just because we're not including South Americans, and we're not including Canadians, and we're not including Mexico, which is part of North America too. Mexico is part of North America. Yeah, sure, it is. Or the Caribbean. All those other places that are in the Americas. We're only adding jobs really to the United States. But it raises an interesting question about, like, what do you mean if you spent all that money on American-made only products? Because, like, Honda and Toyota have factories in America now, so are they like American companies because they have factories here? They give jobs to Americans. Or Ford and GM, which are American companies, I mean, they buy products probably from China and from wherever, or they do work over there, so, like, how do you figure out how to buy an American-made product? Is there anything that's completely made in America that doesn't have anything from any other country? Why don't you go figure that out? I also found out there was another statistic that said $20 billion could end homelessness in America, which again I assume is just north. Not even just north. I assume that that's ending homelessness in the United States. We could end homelessness and still get Christmas presents. Like, if you divided that out, that would probably be like, maybe instead of spending like $700 to $800, you could only spend like $500 or something. But I wonder if that's only end homelessness for like a year, because that really wouldn't help. You'd have to spend $20 billion a year to end homelessness, but then you create all kinds of other problems. Because if you just give people houses but you don't give them jobs, then they just have free housing, and then they're, I don't know what happens then. If I had a free house, I probably wouldn't do anything. How do you end homelessness? I don't know how they calculate that. Does that mean you buy everybody a house? I mean, technically you'd end homelessness for a little while then, but you still have to pay your bills. Yeah, you could end homelessness for a day. Everybody could have a house for a day, but, 10 years from now, then what? I don't see how that works. Numbers are funny things. Numbers are funny things. Other interesting numbers. The most popular Christmas music album, and this kind of saddens me a little bit, is by Kenny G. But there's a lot of you out there who don't even know who Kenny G is. And that's not a bad thing. Most popular Christmas movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You'd think it'd be like White Christmas or something like that, but apparently the movie that's made the most money is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The Elf with Will Ferrell's like number 3. Kenny G. How does Kenny G have the most popular selling Christmas album? Number 2 is Josh Groban, I think. Josh Groban. Kenny G and Josh Groban. I don't have either of those.